good chef or cook will know, in order to make a perfect pancake, you're going to need the right ingredients as well as the right measurements.
The first pancake that we made had an excess of milk added to it. As you can see, it's very watery and shouldn't be eaten by anyone. The second pancake we made had a lot of egg added to it, and it's an awkward yellowish color and looks a lot like an Egg McMuffin. The last pancake was made using the perfect amount of ingredients just as instructed on the back of the box.
And like a cook, a producer needs to find the perfect balance between their prices and their supply and demand.
The perfect price of a product is called the equilibrium price. There are multiple ways to increase this price, and one is advertising. When the demand for a product increases, the producers can also raise the price of the good. Here's an example of some advertising.
The equilibrium price of a product can also go down due to certain circumstances. For instance, people find out the McDonald's food is made up of 50% ground up bone and stop buying it. Or more realistically, people have become so fat from eating McDonald's they can no longer get off their couch to eat it. This causes a decrease in demand and also drops the price of it.
This graph is showing an example of the equilibrium price changing. The supply in this graph decreased, making the prices increase and therefore raising the equilibrium price, which is where this line intersects.
This graph is showing an example of a decrease in the equilibrium. When the demand decreases, so does the price. And a disequilibrium is when the price of a product is anywhere besides a point where supply and demand intersect. A shortage occurs when the supply of a product doesn't meet the demand of a consumer. An example of this is when Fred Meyer's is having a sale on yogurt, but suddenly they run out of yogurt. In order to get back to the equilibrium, they either need to higher the price or increase the supply. A surplus occurs when the supply of a product outweighs the demand. For instance, people bought Top Ramen during the recession due to lack of money, but switched to higher quality products when the economy got better again. The producers of Top Ramen could fix the surplus by lowering the prices, decreasing supply, or advertising to increase the demand.
So in conclusion to this short lesson on equilibrium prices, just like any chef has to find a perfect balance between measurements and ingredients, any producer has to find a perfect balance between supply and demand in order to constantly strive towards an equilibrium price.